Welcome to Science with Miss Lussier. Woo! Hi guys, we're gonna make the most of this. I'm gonna try to make these videos entertaining. So, today we're doing science about structures of a plant. So, repeat after me. Students will be able to identify structures of a plant and explain how they help the plant survive. So we're going to name the parts of the plant and we're going to be able to explain how they help the plant survive. So plants are kind of like humans. They have different parts that help them live. Like we have a heart that helps pump blood to our body. We have lungs that help us bring in oxygen that we need to live. Mouth, a throat to drink water, and there's all different parts just like a plant. So here's my drawing of a plant. It's an apple tree. The first part of the plant that we're going to talk about is the roots. The roots are attached to the tree and they go underground. They spread all out as far and deep as they can into the soil and the earth. And the reason a tree has roots, there's multiple reasons, but some of the main reasons are that roots absorb water and minerals from the soil, which the plant needs to survive. So they reach down, absorb all the water and minerals that the plant needs to live, and they also act as an anchor in the ground. So they hold the plant in place. If, say, someone were to come and try to knock it over, the roots would keep it in the ground, or if it's a really windy day, it wouldn't be able to just uproot the plant. I mean, sometimes it can happen, but the point is that they're supposed to help it stay in the ground. The next part of my plant that we're going to talk about is the stem. On a tree, we usually call it the trunk, but it's the same thing, it's a stem. And it's what comes out of the ground and holds up the plant. So there's a point to a stem, which I'm going to explain. The stem acts like a pillar, something that holds something up, acts like a pillar, and it holds the plant upright and carries water and minerals, like we just said. So the roots absorb water and minerals, and the stem that goes up into the stem, and then the stem carries the water and minerals to different parts of the plant that need it as well. So that's the stem. The next part of my plant or tree is the leaves, which are up here at the top. I didn't draw them very well or in detail, so bear with me. But the leaves have a green pigment, which is called chlorophyll, and they absorb sunlight and make food for the plant in a process called photosynthesis. And here's the definition. Leaves have a green pigment called chlorophyll, which absorb sunlight and make food in a process called photosynthesis. These, I think, might be backwards in the videos. We'll see. So I just checked my videos. The definitions aren't backwards. I'm very happy about that. They just look like it while I'm recording. So that's good. All right, but the next part of the plant we're going to talk about is a bud. So a bud is a baby flower and it's closed up and it's to protect baby flowers or leaves from harmful elements of nature. Protects baby flowers or leaves from harmful elements of nature like bugs that might try to come and eat them, but it's closed up so they can't. The next part of the flower or plant is a flower, which I drew right here. So first it's a bud and then it opens up and it turns into a flower. And a flower is usually the most beautiful part of a plant, and they're colorful to attract bees and other insects for pollination. So you want a big, beautiful flower to come attract bees and insects to come get the pollen, fly to another plant, pollinate that plant, and so on. That helps the plants survive and produce new plants. And the last part of my plant that we're going to talk about is the fruit. So I drew an apple as my fruit, and fruits are important to plants because they contain excess food and seeds, and it helps plants disperse seeds. So this apple is filled with seeds in the middle. I'm sure you've all seen the seeds in the middle of an apple. So if this apple were to fall down and land on the ground, it would start to break apart and disintegrate, and the seeds would then land on the soil, and they could go in the soil, and it could produce a whole nother apple tree. Or for other plants, it would fall seeds and make new plants. So now that we just talked about each part of a plant, I'm going to show you one of my plants that I have at my house. I don't know what this plant is called, but as you can see, down here, it's in soil. It's dark, but there's soil. And then underneath the soil is the roots. You can't see them, obviously, they're underground. But there's roots in here holding it in, so look at, if I go like this, it doesn't just come out, the roots are holding it down. The roots, if I were to pour water in here, would absorb the water. The water would then go into these stems. There's lots of stems. I probably need to bring this closer for you. So there's lots of stems in here. These are stems. So the water will go up the stem. The stems are holding up the leaves like pillars. And then the water will also go into the leaves. And as we talked about, the leaves have a green pigment which absorb the sun and produce food for the plants. So there's the leaves. And then up here, it's hard to show you, we actually have little buds. These are little buds, which will then turn into these white flowers. So we have roots, stems, leaves, buds, and flowers on this plant. The only thing this plant doesn't have that I can't show you is fruit, but I explained that to you, so I'm pretty sure you understand. So what I want you all to do is to go around your house or out front or in the backyard or wherever you can find plants. I want you to try to identify all the parts and explain them to someone. And if you have no one to explain it to, or if you'd rather explain it to me, you can take a picture of it or record yourself. And my email is on Class Dojo on the calendar that Ms. Norden posted. And you can email me a picture of your plant or a video. Or if you even just want to email me and talk about how things are going at home or what you've been up to. I would love to hear from you guys. I miss you all so much. And I hope you enjoyed my little science lesson today. I hope you learned something new. And I love you all. So hope everything's going well. Bye.